Hello and welcome to the Wine Educate podcast, where we explore WSET education, study tips, and practical advice for wine enthusiasts and professionals. I'm your host, Joanne Close, and I'm here to say that school is out and summer has started. We did our level 3 exams last night. That's a wrap. And then we had our little celebration at Bulani Tavern after, which was fun. And the Tulane graduation was this weekend. So all those kids are celebrating, and I see them wandering around the park in their caps and gowns, taking their photos. And my kids have exams this week, and that's it. So it really has that feeling of, I worked hard all semester, and now there's a shift, and it's time for something else, something different. My favorite time of the year, which is summer. So I will be going to France in a few weeks. I've got some trips that we're doing, and I'm just going to be staying over there and working from there for a bit because, well, if you don't have to be in New Orleans in July, you just don't. It's just so hot and slow, actually. So it's more productive to hop across the pond, see mom and dad, and I'll be recording podcasts from over there. So what is this shift that I'm talking about? Well, we spoke about blind tasting last week, and I've just been sitting on all these really fun tasting exercises, like tasting games, and it feels like the summer's the right time to have a little fun, to play, and for us to explore some of these things. So in this episode, I'm going to be just talking a little bit about getting a tasting group together. Doesn't have to be a blind tasting group, doesn't have to be super serious. Just a group of friends or fellow students who want to gather and taste some wine in many different ways. Doing this episode, I was reminded when I was in my young 20s, living in Brooklyn, and I started a wine group. I had my friends, some of my classmates, and I would pick a theme, and I would take the subway down to Sherry Lehman and get 6 bottles based on that theme, carry them around, which was heavy, go to Murray's Cheese Shop, get some cheeses that would go, and then invite my friends over. I think I made them pay like $5 each or something. Makes me feel really old. Never mind. Anyway, they were happy to, and I would say a little bit. I would have some sheets available. Such a nerd, such a young nerd, Joe. And it was really fun. It was really fun. And the great thing about it was that people got as serious or not serious as they wanted to be. I had some folks that would regularly come and they started a binder for themselves. They would put my tasting notes sheets in there. They would take notes. They would pay attention. And other people, they just came to drink. They were like, Joanne, we just want more wine and cheese, and to chat and to have fun. Which, you know what? That's fine. This doesn't always have to be so serious. And it was a lovely group. Now that I have a wine shop and I'm a wine educator, I do these sort of organized tastings a lot. But there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You could do more of a classic tasting, basing it off of grape varietals or wine regions. And even if you're in a smaller group, getting 3 different bottles of Chardonnay can be really interesting to compare them back and forth. In the IWS membership, we'll do a theme. So we did Cab Franc one time, and we had 20 different bottles of Cab Franc to try. So that's on a much larger scale, and you need to take smaller sips, of course. But still, just so fascinating to try all of those side by side. You could do it based off of winemaking style. So have an oaked wine next to an unoaked wine and really think about those oak aromas and flavors. And you can get super creative. I've heard of some really wild tasting group ideas. A gal came in, she wanted to get a wine. Her group was doing a junk food and wine pairing. And she was assigned Doritos. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to give you a Riesling. And she picked out a really nice Riesling, a Peter Lauer Riesling. Turned out it was the hit of the night. I think it's just because it's a Petit de Loire Riesling. It was pretty delicious. And I think if I told Florian that we paired one of his wines with Doritos, I think he would make a face. Anyway, so fun. All sorts of fun, creative ways to learn in your tasting group. You do not need to be an expert. You don't need to have a certain level of credentials. You don't need any of that. You just need to be curious and get your friends together. I will say sometimes it's the getting of people together that can be the hard part, right? But if you're consistent, just pick one day a month. Maybe it's like the second Tuesday in a month. That's the day you meet, and whoever can come can come. I find that's the best format because people are busy. They're always going to have something going on, but rescheduling all the time can be a bit of a nightmare. So what I'm going to do in these next few episodes is give you some fun and educational tasting exercises. You could do them on your own. You could get a friend together, or you could use them to start your tasting group, right? I'm not trying to make this super expensive or difficult. All the things that are included in these tasting exercises are going to be easy to get in your grocery store, or if you have to order them, things are very easy to order. The wines, you'll be able to source them from wherever you are. They're going to be nothing too obscure. And it's just going to be a really great way for you to expand your palate. And it's going to be fun because it's summer and I want to have a little fun. So make sure that you have subscribed. I sound like every person on YouTube when I say that, but it kind of does matter if you do want to listen to these episodes. It's a busy world and there's a lot of noise out there. So just follow wherever you listen to them, and I'll see you next week. Lovely.